Hello. It's been a while since I've done the last video, so I just thought I'd update everybody to where I am. This is the first gear ring, which when I built this up still had an issue with it over selecting first gear. I did some research and obviously this one was very worn. I can show you the profile of it there. You can just see down that edge. Let's see if I can get a better view of it. So down this edge here, you can see it has like a step. I don't know if you can, I can get it to zoom in, but well, you'll have to believe me. There, you can just about see it there. It has a step, whereas the new one I've got has got a chamfered edge. That's what I think has been part of the problem. The wear on the rear of this gear. Obviously the teeth are chipped when I've looked through them. They're badly chipped and beaten in places, so I've decided to change this. So that's what I've been waiting for, this replacement to come. It has a much smoother action than my gear, so I'm hoping that will solve my problem for once and for all. What I also noticed was this little indent pin. It's very difficult to see, but that's the good end. But the other end, I don't know if you can see it. You can just see that flat there. And what I was thinking was that pin goes into that hole there. And what I was thinking was that as it was in that hole and sliding along the shaft, it was allowing, it's supposed to go into a little groove, and I think the flat on the end of that was allowing the gear to slide forward. So I bought a new gear and a new pin, and believe it or not, that little pin was the best part of 10 quid. So expensive too. So, but yeah, if anybody is having an issue, check your pin, because my pin has got a distinct flat on it. And let me see if I can get this in the light, and I'll show you that. I may have already shown the marks on this. Where are we? There. So it has a distinct run on the groove. You can just see that one there, where my finger is. It has a distinct run where the pin has been running along, and then the edge of the gear is damaged. So I think that's what's been happening. The pin has been running along there and has managed to run over, and then is trying to be forced back, which has caused the gearbox to lock up. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So now that this has arrived, I can begin to rebuild the gearbox, and I'll let you know how I go on. Also, what's returned is my block. I've had some machine work done to it. I don't know if you remember this, but this looked as though it had come out of the bottom of the lake. So it's now been rebored to 1330 with a basic skim on the top of the block, just to ensure that it's flat. And then we've skimmed over here just to clean things up. The reason it's here is because these are the oil ways, so I don't know if you can actually see down that one or not. There you can see, so that's one of the oil ways which runs along the length of the block here. Ordinarily there's some Welsh plugs in there, they're sealed, so I've taken them out so I can clean the oil ways out. So there's one there and one there, and the intention is to have these, I think they're 5/8 UNF plugs. They're going to be drilled and tapped to fit into those holes. So then if ever I come to rebuild the engine again, or when I come to rebuild it, I can just unscrew those and get into the oil ways. They'll be drilled and tapped, and they'll sit either flush or just below the block. That's those two. There's two on the other side, obviously, but also on the other side. Just bear with me. So also on the other side we have the oil pressure relief valve, and this little plug here corresponds with, turn it up, corresponds with that little plug there. So the plan is to drill that one out and drill that one out, drill and tap those the same, and put some smaller grub screws in to allow me to get into that oil way there to clean it out, so we've no swarf or anything in there. And then next plan is then, once all that's done, the next plan is then to put the Welch plugs back in, turn the block up the correct way, put the water pump back on, and fill it with water and caustic soda, and hopefully get rid of all this build-up of stuff inside. But yeah, the block is looking quite good at the moment. We're getting there. To say it looks as though it come out of the bottom of a lake. So I've had that done. I've had it bored, the crank board, and the crank is hidden away in there. But yeah, that's been reground as well. And that there is the cylinder head, which is going to eventually go for machining. So yeah, so now I've got my parts for my gearbox back. I can get on and do that, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. Okay, take care. Bye bye.